All right, we should be back.
Yeah, well, let's find out. The only way is to continue. Forwards is the only way. We were on stats 4. Let's do stats 5.
Okay. Um, so we have the highest win rate teams.
Yeah, it was very interesting to see that Small Potatoes actually had 100% over all their games. I think they did lose one match, but they did win the overall game. We also had We Take These with a 89% over 18 games. And I Like My Bride Boiled, Not Fried, which is, by the way, a fantastic name. Having an 85% win rate over 13 games. And then Tentative Team Name, which my girlfriend got a laugh out of as well when she read it. Having an 82% win rate over 17 games, and Rise and Grind having 80% win rate over 15 games. These stats were posted before the last games were played, so the numbers might be varied a bit, but we had to, prep the show.
Yeah. That's usually I think I think that this was made like halfway through the week, so some of the round eight games might be in there and some might not.
Yeah.
Um, but I want to know, is the stream good? Because it still looks like I'm dropping some frames. Like
No, we're not getting any buffers right now, so it looks like it's good.
the thing is, I'm in New York and everybody's probably sitting on the internet. You know,
That's probably true. The coronavirus is not helping with this whole situation. In
so
hindsight, maybe I should have hosted because I have some pretty stable internet.
yeah. If any more problems arise, we'll try and fix them as we go. But some technical things you just I have a hard wire, so I'm not running off Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we'll just move on. It's all good. We'll deal with it as it comes.
All right, so we have one more stats page prepared and it is beautifully done because I love the graphics on this. Um, First, so let's start with the most popular comps, and that's Bruiser, Healer, Range Assassin, Tank.
Yeah, which is pretty standard, I would say, for the classical matches.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not surprised by it by any means, to be honest.
Um, yeah, because it's generally what you want in a mage. You want an auto attacker. You want an offlaner. Usually the Bruiser is the offlaner, and you have your four man, and then
Yeah,
so the second most popular would be double Bruiser, double Tank, Healer.
which again, pretty standard. It's not that
Oh no,
crazy, but
not double Bruiser. My mistake. Double
double tank.
range. Double range.
Oh, sorry. Wait.
Double range.
Oh,
Double
yeah,
tank.
of course.
Healer.
Yeah. The double tank is interesting. That might be where Arthas falls into, to be honest, where you have your tank rolls but still Fizz Bruiser. I have seen a lot of comps play with like an ETC as an offlane or a Diablo as an offlane. I know that we used to do that back in like what season 2, season 1 of Heroes Lounge with like Jazzy. We sticking with Diablo in the offlane because with Diablo you're so hard to kill. You used to have kill potential.
Yeah.
But it's a surprising popular comp.
Yeah. And then we, the third most popular comp is Bruiser, Healer, Melee Assassin, Range Assassin, Tank.
Yeah,
So
which is actually a very interesting. I'm trying to think of like what melee assassins would have actually worked well in a comp. I feel like
in the
with that
four
type of
man,
comp, it's very very squishy and very easy to be rolled over.
yeah. Well, think about it. In the four man, I mean, there's Kerrigan. I would say. Who else would you?
I mean, there really isn't that many heroes I would even decide to try and do that with because bruisers right now aren't insanely strong against melee assassin.
Yeah.
Like Illidan maybe,
Oh, true. So
maybe.
there's Illidan. There's Murky. No,
Can we
no.
count? Can we count Kerzim as a melee assassin?
Is Murky a melee assassin?
Murky is melee assassin. Yep,
Oh
that might
wow.
be where it comes from. There were quite a few Murky games actually.
Yeah.
Samura would be good in the offlane, I guess. I think he counts as melee assassin, not bruiser.
Oh yeah,
Although,
my shot caller loves Samuro.
well, the thing is so with the new Samurai, I feel like he classifies more as a bruiser than he used to. But like Zeratul is a good example as well. That there are quite a few melee assassins, I guess.
Yeah, all right. So we started off thinking like, what the hell? Who is? And then we figured out
Yeah,
there is a rather large, somewhat large pool. Well, not
especially I
large,
think
but
in like semi-competitive
yeah,
style. And
Zeratil Void Prism. That's classic,
yeah,
classic. It's almost
and someone did mention it in chat, and I just want to bring it up that double healer was fourth place. They didn't quite make the cut to be on screen. They're like
uh,
right in the center.
okay. So moving on to highest win rate comps. These are the comps that are gonna get you the W's. We got Double Bruiser, Healer, Range Assassin, and Tank.
Yeah,
And it's not surprising with how powerful. Like if, for instance, if you're on Dragonshire and you lock in Rexar,
yeah, exactly.
um, the
I
bruisers are really meta
I think
nowadays.
bruisers are really strong. It's very interesting to look at the second stat where there's no tank at all. It's just double bruiser, double ranged with a healer. Uh, the stats were kind of lacking on that one. That's why they're up there. But it is
Hmm.
interesting that there were enough comps to actually pull it.
Well,
Uh,
does Blaze classify as a bruiser or
he's a tank.
yeah, he's a tank? So for these, because you know,
Yeah, like Sonya Chen is a good example. Chen's like a good tank.
yeah, I that would yeah, I've never played that, but that would be interesting because he could just jump all around. He could easily get from the back to the front, you know. And so a second highest win rate is Bruiser Healer, Double Range Assassin, which is that just sounds like
Yeah,
death ball like.
it is. Yeah, it definitely screams like a death ball type of comp.
And third we
It's definitely
have
good.
what?
Oh, nothing. You can keep going.
Okay, third we have Bruiser Healer, Melee Assassin, Ranged
Hmm.
Assassin, Tank.
Yeah.
And that is the highest. That's one of the highest. So that falls into some of those melee assassins we were talking about before. Um,
Yeah.
and
I
is
mean, I think like a comp like this would especially work well with like a Zeratul or some sort of ganker. That's what your like melee assassin would be in this type of scenario. You got your offlane bruiser, you got your tank, healer, range DPS, and like the four stack that's doing the rotation. Then you got your ganker that goes and gets the kills.
yeah. What about Kira? Is she ranged or melee?
She's melee. She's melee assassin. She
Hmm.
hits people with her sword and punches them in the face.
Fair enough. And then yeah. So are there any other stats that you might want to highlight, Smokey? Because those are the visual ones we have prepared, but there
Yeah,
might be other
that's. I
ones.
mean, we had most of them out there to be honest. Um, So some things about some players that I noticed. Asura from Team Moonlight Insomnia was the only person to have more than 5 games played and reach 100% KDA. Very interesting to actually see that their team revolved so heavily around team comp throughout all their games that they needed that type of scenario. Uh, Poor Richard from a free agent team, Aphrodite, had the most deaths per game, averaging about 5 per death, which put him at about 20% of total deaths
Poor Richard.
in those games. Yeah. And the last stat I have here is Ashcan from Fat Artemis and Azura from Team Moonlight Insomnia and Lord Gaic proved to be the top fighters, achieving the top DPS stats of around 70,000 damage per game on average, which is insanely high considering that.
Yeah, yeah. Typically, you would finish out a mid 40s, something like that. Um,
Yeah.
so, all right. So, shall we move into the actual what we're here to do, the draw show, the
Yeah,
drawing?
absolutely. It's
All
been a while.
right.
People have been waiting for it. We're going to
Let's
get the dice set up here.
yeah, and transition into this here. So, um, we are doing the Epic Cup first. and we're gonna do the teams from Division 3. Now, the way it works is they are put into pools of
hmm
yeah,
You can.
pools of 4, I believe, with this cup. So, we're going to start off with I like my bread boiled, not fried. Am,
Again, fantastic name.
am I correct here on this?
So Div 3 and 4, let me just check for you just to make sure. I do not have this page pulled up, so let me pull it up right now.
Division 3.
So, so we're doing Div 3 right now. Yep, that's correct. I like my bread boiled, not fried. While you do that, do you want me to read off the top 8 contenders for both of these?
Sure, you could.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have I like my bread boiled, not fried. They had 7 matches, 6 wins, and 13 map wins. We had Team Tiny with 8 matches, 6 wins, and 13 map wins as well. You had Blackheart's Booty, fantastic name. The names this run are some of the best ones I've seen. We also had Randy Newman, which, by the way, fantastic watching all the replays and seeing the casters struggle with pronouncing all their names. If I go into their page here, you got Randy Newman, Nandy Ruman, Wandy Wooman, Rhonda Newman, Randy Nudeman, Randall Newman, and then Randy Newman.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Absolutely love
Somebody
seeing the
put up
casters
some money for those battle tag changes. All right, so let's see what group they go in. So how we're doing this is I have a D4 with 8 sides. So it is essentially a double-sided D4.
Yeah.
And we're going to roll, and that would put them in group 2 or B.
All right. Fair enough.
So I have to make their name kind of tiny, but they are the first contender for group B.
If
And
you want
then-
to change their name, you can just name them BBF for bread boiled fried. That way they're not so elongated. Just that way, because we all know who they are.
Yeah, okay. And our next team up is going to be Team Tiny.
Yep.
And they are going to be. Okay, that's another 2. Can you guys see that?
Yeah,
Oh,
they can see it.
that was a reroll. It knocked the other 2 over, but it landed on a 1. So that is going to be Group A for Team Tiny.
Ignore the beeps. I'm just messaging the people that we're interviewing.
Okay. Oh yeah. Great job. And so then we have the next one is Black Heart's Booty.
Steve Dave in chat asked, why do they get the power font?
And they are 4. But that landed off camera.
If it lands off camera, gotta reroll it.
Yeah, all right, that's true. Okay.
We don't want any sort of rigging here, okay? Especially from those salty teams, all right? I'm watching you.
Let's make sure we have the whole thing in view of the camera. Okay. And we have. No, that's a reroll. That's a 2.
Jeez, Juno, you got this. All right.
It's a 1. Can't be 1. Come on, give me a 3 or a 4. It's a 3. So Blackheart's Booty are in Group C. I don't know why it's doing that.
The Heroes Lounge chat is absolutely hilarious.
You guys can roast me all you want, buddy.
They're not roasting you. They're talking about the BBB team, and they're creating names for it. Belittled Backwards Balloons.
Bed Bath and Beyond. So that puts Randy Newman in Group D.
All right, there we go. That's the first run.
That is from the first pool of teams. Okay, so now we have our next contender is Team Rainbow Strike Go. And we will have an interview from this team coming up after this. Team Rainbow Strike Go. Okay, pick these dice up again. Let's roll one of them. That's a 4. Is that displayed as a 4? Because it's kind of tiny on my screen.
Yeah, I can see it as a 4.
Probably should have made that camera bigger.
That's fine. I mean, people can zoom in and see it. And plus, they have my word. Someone who is very unbiased and would never go against the team of Randy Newman. Probably my all-time favorite team so far. Just saying. Totally not biased.
And then we have Ark. UARK? How would you pronounce that? UARK.
Arc Esports.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Ark.
You're asking the person that can never pronounce anything how to pronounce something.
I mean, you're Canadian and I'm a derp, so.
And I say bag instead of bag, and people always roast me for it. Incoming chat. Chat's gonna be like, wow, he said BEG instead of BAJ. Or BAG. Stupid comments.
Okay, so we got a 3, and we're going to put them into Group C. And then what's the next team we have is Full Meta Jacket, another amazing team name.
Yeah. I actually, when I was writing out the clips, I totally end up mistyping their name every single time because I just misread it.
What did you think it was? Full Metal Jacket?
Yep, every single time.
Alright, that's a reroll on a 4. And that's a 1. So they will be in Group A. Which leaves the final team in groups in Division 3, Annie Oak League. We're just going to put AOL because we all...
America Online.
Yeah.
We are now hosting America Online.
No, it's funny you say that because if you were to take a look at their logo,
Is it actually? Okay.
yeah, they do play off that a bit. And it's kind of funny because who like, for those who experienced AOL Instant Messenger...
That's funny. Their logo is the best logo. Would you like to come see it, Fox? My girlfriend, by the way, I'm going to introduce her to the stream while we're doing this. She did all the graphic work for the stream, put in countless hours. You have to come say hi, and this is the logo.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah. Everybody say hi to Fox, please, because she made these graphics and
She put in all the work.
all for you guys.
Wow.
As a graphic designer, what do you have to say about that logo? Just go into school for it. What do you got to say about it? Hot takes. Here we go. Roast if you wanna. Guns out.
Well, aside from the copyright infringement,
The stretched images and the
The cat
copyrighted other logos go.
you got a Kappa farmer there too?
Yeah.
I don't know what he's holding, but it
I
is
mean,
it.
I believe it's fair use because no one's profiting, no one's making money, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but it's still hilarious. Your logo was made by the player Vince
Vince
Noir.
Noir.
shout out him.
Cake.
You can keep on rolling, by the way, dude.
Okay, yeah.
We're just entertaining the people.
So we
Which, by
next
the way, I do constantly on my Twitch channel.
next we have Division 4, which
I want their name fixed.
Division 4 is near and dear to my heart because I placed ninth place in my team. Smokey knows well about the grief.
I think it's the triple B.
There's nothing wrong with that name at all. I don't know what they're talking about.
Hey, oh, now you're flaming my visuals because I'm ruining your beautiful.
No, chat's just like, oh man, chat's great.
We have tentative team name up first from Division 4. Let's pick up the dice. I know EU loves their bingo machine, but
I just want to say, please support your local Heroes Lounge so they can afford a new programmer to make a new bingo machine. It looks like it's from the 90s. Please donate now.
Bingo machine.
no, we're actually looking for extra people. So
Brandon Boy will not brag.
tentative team name goes into group
Oh my
D.
God.
We just rolled a 4 there. I should have put TTT, you think?
TTN, yes, but it doesn't really matter as long as it fits. The text size is all over the place already. I'm just enjoying this from the sidelines.
Yeah. I mean,
if I was streaming this, Fox would be hitting me every time I mess up. She's like, "How dare you not use the right text size?"
well, I'm doing it on the fly. I mean, I'm trying
No,
my
I get
best.
it. You're doing good. You are doing good. It's just that she's, allowed to hit me off camera.
Okay,
Please don't help.
Abuse. That's documented. Show it to the cops. All right, we have Rise and Grind up next.
Well, your dice aren't even rigged. Hey, you don't know that. We could have melted one of the sides.
What is Vegas where they gotta like bring in the dice? Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
we gotta
Like,
bring in new dice every single roll.
all right, we got a double again.
The names, banana bacon. The Grace things come out of a mid dice.
All right, so we got a 2 for Rise and Grind. They're gonna be with Bed Bath and Beyond and America Online.
Sounds like a loving relationship. It is. If I say it isn't, she'll hit me. Please send help. She looks at me with very deadly eyes. Top 3 reasons why you watch an 8 is number 1 because we speak. Never mind.
We speak what?
I was gonna say English, but that doesn't work because like everyone in Europe, I can't even talk. I can't even speak French, but you can. You can
Oh
French.
yeah, like
Some actual
literally.
French, not like some like kindergarten French. Come on. Come on.
Like I feel like every other person in the world that's not American knows 2 languages.
Man.
Vienne.
Next team.
Also not speaking Russian.
I mean, I started learning Polish. That's close to Russian, right?
You should hear it. Sometimes her Polish accent slips out and it just really baffles me. Oh.
You guys should see me try to get around to Puerto Rico. I mean, it is hilarious. I'm just like mimicking like a monkey, you know what I mean? Like saying all these weird words that.
Like, twice if you're being held against
Shit, I
your
can't
will.
count.
So we have Fat Poseidon. We are. Alright, fourth spot is already taken, so that's a reroll. That's another 4.
Hopefully
There's
this
a
is the most
3.
active Twitch chat has been for Heroes Lounge.
There's a 3.
There we go, a 3. To Group C it goes.
Yeah.
Back.
This grid is killing me.
Polish is the thing. Yeah. Russian is a language. How do you say that?
Blat.
Blat?
Blat.
Blat?
Blat.
Blat, you're...
Brat. And then we have that would leave one more fight to go into Group A.
I wasn't sure how I was gonna make this entertaining, but Twitch chat is doing this all for me, so thank you. Beautiful butter babs. Now I'm just saying, for Team Bread, as I'm gonna name them, next season you play, you have to change your team name every single game to one of these names that have been suggested into chat. That is my challenge to you, and if the moderators deny it, they are stopping free speech. I don't know.
I don't know why this grid won't let me do what I want. Okay, we're just gonna move it. No, that's all of them. Okay.
What are you what are you doing, Juno?
Trying to make it legible.
Do you want help? Do you
I-
still have TeamViewer open? I can do it for you. We're here to make it entertaining at this point. We're already so far behind schedule. People are
got-
here for the long con.
I got it. All right, we're just putting that
Okay.
there. All right, we need to move on to the second pool in Group 2. Division 4. That'll be FF and the Pancakes, which is, I believe, a legacy team. And they will go to Group 2. So I'm just going to type FFNP.
This is reflecting. By the way, for anyone that's curious, I give dog treats to my dog every time someone gives chat points for it. That's why we're doing this. Also, entertainment. She is very cute. Wait, did it? Oh no, it's show. Okay, we're good.
Now we're doing your math teachers.
How many points does it cost for smoking a pet pod?
3 for you.
And let's see where they get placed. They go to 4 or D.
She got frozen. That's fun.
Also, for chat, I'm curious because I don't know any of these players. Is your math teachers actually math teachers? Because if so, that's really cool that they're playing HOTS. And by really cool, I sound like a boomer saying that, but
Yeah. Oh my God! Look at this! Look at this image I have here on my screen.
again, we don't know. We try to make it so simple for you, but it's
I
just like
guar-
all over the place.
I guarantee you the mythic and legendary will look a bit better, but we just got to lock in these last teams. So we have Team Greed.
Just out of Joe's fashion, I agree.
And
I'm just glad that Judo's a good sport about it. To be honest, I know a lot of
that's
people
a
wouldn't be.
4. Okay, so to reroll. Yeah, there's already somebody in 4. That's another 4.
They're actually English teachers. Well, damn.
Damn, really? Then why why not?
No, I think chat's memeing. I'm gonna assume chat's memeing.
That's another 4, chat.
Poor Lemon Cake. Don't worry, Lemon Cake. You can express all your frustrations when we get to the interviews.
That's a 3. That's the 3. Team Greed going to number 3, and that will leave Poseidon into Group A, and that will be the conclusion of the drawing of the Epic Cup, with Moonlight Insomnia going to Group A.
There's definitely a U.S. Army esports team that is from literally the U.S. Army.
Yeah, I
Now,
know.
this is gonna sound like a stupid question, but I just want to make sure this is on NA, right? Because if they're playing on EU, that's really fucked.
No. They're on NA, and I remember.
Okay, I should make sure because if they're U.S. Army and they're playing on EU, it's real fucked.
Yeah. No.
Wait, are we allowed to
I mean,
swear on this? I never asked.
No. I mean,
They didn't specify any rules, so
let's avoid it. Make it PG-13.
all right. I got the one swear in.
So yeah. What was? What were you talking about?
Nothing. We're good.
Yeah.
Do you want to?
Oh, U.S.
jump in-
Army. I remember, like,
Yes.
I had an opportunity to sub for them, and I was like, I will play for my country. But it didn't pan out. Like, they found another sub. But anyway, that would have been cool.
Chad is excited for the Poseidon versus Greed match as well for the rematch.
Yeah.
know, who do you
Wait,
think's
it
gonna win
happened?
that match?
It happened?
No. Well, it happened here, yeah.
Oh.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Poseidon versus Team Greed.
Boom, 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 boom. Okay.
Okay, so out of this group, Judo, can you make some predictions? Who's going to come in first, second, and third? I have some predictions myself.
I don't know much about. I know you're looking at stats, and I don't know much about Division 3 because I play Division 4. But if I would say 10 to team name, maybe Randy Newman in Group D, and I'd say Poseidon and probably UARC in Group C. Maybe FF and the Pancakes and Boiled Bread. And I'd go ahead and, I mean, I'd like to see Moonlight Insomnia, but I don't think they can. I think Team Tiny and Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, okay. So my predictions are kind of similar to that. I think that with Group D, there's a lot of good teams there, especially watching all the replays. I think Randy Newman might pull ahead just by pure confusion of them shouting out, focus Randy Newman, and the enemy team focusing the wrong Randy Newman.
Yeah.
I think with Group C, Poseidon might pull ahead. With Group B, I think BBB is going to fall ahead with that team just because their win rate is already 100%, I believe. And for Group A, I'm unfamiliar with most of them. Moonlight Insomnia is the only team that I actually studied. But from the clips I saw, Team Tiny would also be a pretty good competitor, I think.
And just the name Full Meta Jacket, like that's scary. I just, I imagine a jacket full of meta heroes that they're just gonna unleash on you. All right, so
So we can jump into the clip scene while we get interviews set up, and we'll start interviews here.
Yeah.
And then we'll do the Div 2 Cup after some interviews.
all right. So move on to the clips.
Yep. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the content.
We're gonna drop those meteorites down. Curse Blow comes out from the Greyman as well. Valkyrie connects onto the Muradin.
Yeah, so you have sound muted? Do you have desktop muted as well?
Comes out from the Lili Cataclysm from the Deathwing as well. Li Ming trying to find a reset. They do manage to find one. Crafty Trent will be the new target. They're going to get the Jet Propulsion interrupting them, but the Blink comes over. Nano Boost was onto Li Ming as they throw out a combo. The Dude Man trying to just neander their way out of that damage. The Disintegrate doesn't connect, but they actually blink forward. Evil is trying to make their way out. They end up getting...
As well, the leave off the keep and two missing here on the Chugga. Chugga using his old Blast Shield connecting onto 3 people. Ring of Frost connecting onto Atenas. Oh, and the Jaina goes down. A lot of damage there from the Chugga connecting onto the Jaina. Greyman diving in really deep. Only 70 HP, but he manages to walk away.
Leo Dark in the background trying to do something. Has some help coming in. Oh. Mason Blaze trying to keep people away. There's the first kill going over. A double kill, triple, and now here comes the final one. This call might go down.
Chromie has finished her baseline, so she's going to have that extra clone there to help out in the team fights. Wendy Woman taking so much poke from the Chromie there. The turret is going to get grabbed, though, for the side of Randy Newman, maybe. Camp gets capped, but it's going to be the Warden's Cage and the Light Bomb coming out for the side of Randy Newman. And that's going to be 4 kills and the turret stolen away. Only Johanna falling for...
Looking pretty standard for the most part. I'd say the only one that comes as a little bit of surprise is that Wandering Keg from the Chen, but it's working out and does manage to secure a pick. Amash goes in, and we're going to see Dragonblade go in as well, but there's the Ring of Frost as well, and it's going to be people dying all over the place. Hellfire goes down. Can Creeper's Bot finish off Fragastellar? But he can't actually, and Doberman is now in trouble, and it's going to be 3-1 in kills in favor of Jailbait.
And look at this, a bush gang setting up. Wait, Word, I can't make their way in though. They were all showing. Big Weed watches the backline. But the sound barrier is really good, and it looks like everyone from the blue team might be getting out. Oh no, not Coyote Stark. The Imperious player does fall, and a taunt onto Enthalpy almost means a Sonya death, but Leap of Faith Anduin just completely denies it.
No, in bottom lane, we actually have a fishing hook coming out from the Stitches. Sapper's going to be feeding in here. This can be Burden diving to the back line. A whole big burst onto Ana. She existed, then she didn't. Now Foss on the left-hand side will be going down to the Genji pressure. Treebeard is trying to put some pressure onto the Stitches, who did pop the Putrid Bile. That will be a kill onto Zul, but they managed to get 4 members down. Sonya sees this and literally turns away.
Drill there. On the other side, we do have Carrion Swarm. Ariel currently holding, not sure if she's going to go for the Resurrect. Nice use of the Carrion Swarm there. We have Hyperion, Entomb, and Horrify. But a huge mosh onto 4 members. Transformer not having the penetrating round to deal with it. But Gul'dan going to be the only one ending up falling.
The team, and try to kill the team. The Gust from Silver. That is a wind tunnel. Silver potentially in trouble. Are the kills going to happen, though? It is going to be Ragnarok in trouble, and he's the first one to go down. Silver will trade out his life, trying to make that play. But Snoogans, I think, goes down next. It is going to be Panda Supreme potentially in trouble, but the kills will still end in favor of the members of Team Rainbow Strike Go.
There's no 16 talents here on either side, so they're going to try and take this fight. Rhaegar's not showing, so they know this is going to be in their favor. This is Wandering Keg actually knocking the Varian out, but they still find the kill onto Vala. Power Slide from ETC. There was a Twilight Dream from Desida, but they end up getting picked off. Meanwhile, below us, Tostingo from the Zul'jin will keep them alive. The tower shots are slowing, but the Ultralisk gets the last little mandible hit, and that will be the kill onto them. Duck Rogers is going to get caught out, and they end up going down. So it's a 3-for-1 in favor for the members of Bansh.
Again, this channel is going over to red. Oh, Nards is in there with the big barrel. Hellstorm in trouble. That was a nice block in time. Oh, weak 1-2. This is going to be quite deadly. The Tostingo is out, but it's only going to save Zul'jin for 4 seconds. Echo goes down. Midnight Fire might be the sole survivor or not. Depends on how good the body blocks are from Nards. Actually, they're just dead. She's just dead.
Here comes their portal. Tremor not getting the flip there. Is looking. Sylvanas is definitely out of position here. Can she stay alive? Yes, she can. Oh, Greymane trying to jump into that backside though. Seems like Tremor having fun with these tanks in the backside. First kill going over to Medivh. It looks like this buy might be in favor of the blue team as the big portal comes through. Big flame breath coming out of Diablo. EDC will be going down as well. And this is looking like a free game.
But we'll see how it plays out. Big team fight happening here in the bottom. Tomb landing on Atanas. Freeman, Ring of Frost connecting onto Atanas. Greymane both going down. And Rhaegar falls to Cho'Gall is just trying to get out now.
Of course the blue team is even shorter range as they're basically on melee.
Yeah, and Tremor's just going right in. Anduin's gonna go down immediately, and Voisin's trying to do his best.
Oh! They might be able to kill Voisin here. ETC will get away, but Bladetrix almost advanced now, running for the hills. Here comes another portal, and now he's trying to let the other
Leoduk's
way.
doing a good chunk of damage though. Sylvanas will go down.
There are a bunch of free targets, I have to say. This is looking extremely scary. The bird is just stalking them out. He's got to drop and kill Null Pointer, right? Oh, never mind. John Cena got it on his own. The Punisher just finds a solo kill, and Fat Loot's kind of just like watches and laughs, I guess. He's going for the kill into the back line onto Reaper. Just one auto away. Oh my god, he goes for it, but Garrosh is going to kill him. That's your stacks lost. You can't. Fat Loots, no, you can't go for that. You can't go for that. That's not worth it. That end-to-end kill wasn't worth it.
Wandering Keg coming out, but I think ETC is going to catch a 5-member mosh. They're actually going to be having so much damage in there as the Chen kicks in. I'm knocking things off my desk as they actually find the Vala first. That's going to be Andu and ETC going down. There's actually no resets for this Li Ming right now. The wild turn of events. Toss Dingo out from the Zul'jin. Lulu is not going down. Do they get one more damage? Okay, there's the reset that they wanted a long time ago, but now
We'll find out soon enough as this engagement gets underway. There is the March of the Black King, but oh no, that is going to be Deckard Cain going down as well as oh my god, so many people. Thrall's dead, but so is Hanzo. Now it's just a matter of, can Spice get out of here alive? If anything, I'm not even sure if Ronan and Bluestein really want to help him. I think they're at more of a risk for dying by going to help him, especially Bluestein right now. Oh no, this is not good. There is the mosh pit. No interrupt. I guess
Jane is just controlling the bush. Battlehill and friends setting up in the bush up here. Ooh, Hellstorm's walking forward. Oh, this has got to be a kill. This has got to be it. Even with the ice block, there's no way. But all the ults are popped. The big earthquake, and 2 members of the blue team are falling, actually. Both Varian and Anub'arak are down. And it looks like a Frey is going to be soon to follow. The ice block was just enough to keep Hellstorm alive. And the members of One More Fight were right behind them, and that should be game, right?
And we are back. Now
Hopefully you guys all enjoyed those insane clips.
Yeah. We are joined by Bird, I want to say. How would you go ahead?
How do you pronounce your name?
It's just Robert on the game. Yeah. You can just
Oh,
do that.
okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
Makes it easy. Yeah.
Robert.
We're just going to say Bert for now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That bear works as well. That works perfect.
How are you doing today?
Doing good. Doing good. Thanks for hosting, people.
No problem.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
It has been.
So, after seeing those names getting drafted, are you worried about anyone in particular?
I'm worried about our team, Team Brainwash Fight Go, because they're going to destroy.
That's what I like to hear.
I mean, I did notice that neither of you guys actually picked us to even get out of our brackets. So, we're going to have to change some minds here pretty soon.
Fair.
We do that.
all I know, I haven't watched that many games this season. All I know is from clips.
Yeah, and we were on the other end on some of those clips,
Yeah.
but that's okay.
I mean, you got a tough div. You got the number one from Division 4. Last season, there was, I think it was a fat team from Division 4 that went to finals.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, surprising.
You got to watch for those underdogs. And
Yeah, for the viewers, actually, do you want to explain who you are, what team you play for?
Oh yeah, sure. I'm the captain for Team Rainbow Strike Go. I play tank this season. So, but yeah, it's our third. I think it's our third season in the playoffs. We haven't broken the top 4 as of yet. I'm thinking like this year is going to be the year, and like, dang it. so we always make the playoffs, but like just edge out of the top 4. So
yeah.
Our bracket's going to be fun to watch for sure. We played Randy Newman once. Maybe it was Cassidy. I think it was Cassidy. Obviously, you guys had the clips, but it was a 3-game split on that one.
Oh yeah, fair. Okay.
Yeah, I think the only top 4 team we didn't play in our division was Team Tiny. So maybe we'll have to see him in bracket play later.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you're an underdog, so underdog story maybe.
You know what? My shirt underneath this sweater says underdog, and
Okay.
underdog win all the time.
Fair enough.
But so how was your experience like this season? Did you find it difficult in Division 3? Or did you have, because I know personally from my experience, like I didn't play the top teams in my div because I was so low in the beginning. So were you able to play like the teams that you wanted to, or were you able to avoid them, or?
Yeah, it's interesting with the way the Heroes Lounge schedule sets up. It's like they'll do 2 weeks in a row, but I mean, if you keep winning, at some point you're just going to keep playing the top teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's at some point it's going to happen. I think, like I said before, the only team we didn't play in the top that's above us right now is Team Tiny. That's it, and everyone else we played for the most part at one point. I remember going in the last week looking at the standings, and I was like, well, there's 14 teams that have a chance to get in the playoffs, so I don't know who's going to make it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been close because it could be that like usually it's like the 4 or 5 win gap. Like the if you have 5 wins, it was probably secured.
Yeah, that's what happened for us. Yeah,
that's a dope hat, by the way.
Oh, appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah,
got it as a Christmas present.
Shout out to you gotta support
Teammate
merch.
Silver. Yeah,
gotta support merch.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I had questions set up for you. So.
Oh yeah, sure. Ask them. Go for it.
Let me
Time to throw some curveballs.
Yeah, I know. It's like whoosh, whoosh.
I will say this while Judo finds them. Do you have any words of advice for your for the people that you're going to be playing against here?
Don't research us at all. Just
Got it.
don't even look at our
Good.
games. Don't look at our stats. Just go in, just willy nilly.
Does that mean
that's my advice for them.
Does that mean you have some pocket strategies?
You know what? Actually, that was one of the questions I think you wanted to ask me. If I don't remember, it's like how is playoffs different from seasonal play or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But at this stage, just really an amateur play. It's surprising if teams don't have some kind of pocket strat that hasn't been played all season. I think the trick is trying to get in the playoffs and then not like fully show everything. And I'd be surprised actually not everyone has some kind of like wild card or secret strat that they're
Did you
on to.
come into this season with some sort of strategy that ended up like not working for you, so you had to abandon it and then like adjust from there?
Yeah. I mean our team in general, like we did a whole bunch of role switches. So I think it was when just to kind of be the same level, I guess, that we were last season. Like even with all the role switching, yeah, I mean, there's some strats that it works great in theory. You throw it out in quick measure and draft, and you're like, yeah, this is gonna pwn, and then just like, nope, we got our face smashed. No, let's try it again. Yeah, and I would be surprised if a lot of them don't have those kinds of experiences on competitive play. But yeah,
all right.
And then you're like, and then you have a strat, and you're like, this is good. No one's gonna be able to stop this, and someone comes out with a counter pick, and you're just like, well, yep, we didn't think about that one. Yeah,
so
that happens.
If you declared yourself an underdog, right?
Well, we are seed 5, I guess, in our divisions.
But I mean, I picked you because of you've had so much experience. Like you said, this is your 3rd time going into playoffs. So, do you really want that trophy this year?
Oh, we want the trophy every year, Judo. I mean, I'd actually be surprised with people that are spending all their off times and trying to coordinate schedules with their real lives and their significant others that they want to stay in relationships with. There's just it's a lot of fun, but there's sacrifice to some degree too. You know what I mean? To kind of do that. I mean, we're not at the highest level, but we always strive to be, and we do the best we can with what we have, and I think it's just a matter of like how we spend that time together to really just prepare. What are we going to do this time? We're going to watch film. Are we going to go over statistics? Are we going to go over map picks? There's so many things you can do.
Yeah,
That's an interesting
scrimming and finding a good scrim partner is always important for any success. And but so they just introduced with this new patch all these core mechanics and stuff like that. Like, do you have any favorite core mechanic or like?
We haven't really played as much as a team since it came out. I think literally the day it came out, we actually had our league game against the Bread team. I don't even know what their full name is. Like it's
Boiled Bread.
Chat has a lot of suggestions for their names. I'll say that.
Bread team, Boiled. I don't know.
No, I like my bread boiled, not fried. I think that's
It's a great name for sure.
Wait.
But like literally, we went in. They had the tasks we worked. They actually pulled out tasks twice in us that game, and we didn't even ban it at all. Yeah, it was like so it was the day of that it released, so it was like kind of tough. So we haven't really like dissected all the core mechanics of everything. It's just like an added thing. I think
So
it's
going
fun.
into the new season with the new core changes, are you actually worried about any specific map? Because all of them have different mechanics.
No, we're not really worried. I mean, if anything, we got a little bit of time because we got the group stages and preparing for that, and then we got the actual final bracket. So there's still a few days for that to happen, and we can still get in some repetitions, with some specific maps.
Yeah,
just to
that's
kind of get
fair.
familiarized. But I mean, we got time. It's not anything we weren't worried about. I think when we went into that last game and our last season, it was just like, well, we made the playoffs anyway. It's just a matter of what ranking we're going to be.
Yeah,
Right, okay.
you also have plenty of time to study up and schedule with each team, and so you can kind of rest easy for a little bit, and then get ready for the chaos in which is to come.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
So did I have any more questions for you? Okay, so if you had to pick a one trick, who would it be?
So
Say Malthael. That's my one trick.
I'm not gonna
7,000
give it.
games.
I'm not gonna give it a peer pressure now. But our solo later on our team would agree with you. But it's funny because I read it in two different ways. I was like, you know what? If I were to do it, like actually try to rank up, probably would be great main for me. But then I
Fair.
thought about it more, and I was like, well, actually, if I didn't really matter, if it was just one tricking the whole time, it'd be the Lost Vikings hands down for me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, is
So-
it possible for you to pull out a TLV in these upcoming matches?
It's third ranked, third highest on my profile. Maybe that's
Oh.
one of the pocket strats I was talking
Better
about.
start banning TLV. You heard it
Yeah.
here first.
Yeah.
Unless it's just gonna be that third deciding Team Randy, and we just got to pull it out and just
Yeah, you'll
surprise
be
you.
like, just trust me, team. I got this. TLV,
Yeah.
no take needed. Let's go.
Yeah, I know. Right? Just do that. I got this team. We'll just let me like soak all the lanes. You guys just do whatever you want.
Well, everybody
Yeah,
make
fair, okay.
make note. Prepare. Just ban TLV first ban. Don't even look. Don't even think about it. But is there any shout outs for you, Bert?
Yeah, just shout outs to the team. We actually had a couple teams representing us this year, so shout out to the Rainbow Strike Potatoes and also our team, Team Rainbow Strike Go. All the members.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
The TRSG potatoes.
Yeah, we but just shout out to everyone, just the time that they put in, the ups and downs that we've all gotten together through the season. Really, just thanks to just the casters, people representing us, and just like showcasing us, which is always fun to watch those replays for. The competition level of competition is high, even in Div 3, and you can even say Div 4 too, because there's always going to be those teams that are just like, dang it, these guys are just
Yeah.
but just that, and really just all the people that are part of our families. We all got like relationships we're in, and just being patient with us and doing that. And just shout out to everyone. Just stay healthy, stay safe out there, guys.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Stay protected, because it's kind of a weird life we're living in right now, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of a once in a lifetime thing. Like I heard Manhattan was like empty, like it was like the I Am Legend movie.
Yeah,
Like, I
it's
don't know,
great.
but yeah. So we're gonna move on to our next guest.
Cool.
Thank you so
Thanks for having
much
me.
for your time.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. Take care.
Yeah, we're gonna see if we can get Lemon Cake and comms.
Yeah, he's ready. We're going to jump over there. Have a great one.
See yous.
See ya. Uh-oh. Where did Smokey go? What am I missing here? We lost Smokey, guys. Wait, no. It's just my derpiness. There we go. We got Smokey back. We got Smokey back. I think. It looks like I have to restart Discord. Who would know that we would have tech issues?
Yeah.
All right.
There we go. Hey, is everything working? So everything's good, you know?
Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Yep.
I just don't have your video still. I think.
Let's try this again. Round 3.
No. I have your video. Like I have it. I just have to make a new one, I guess. Or.
All right, we're doing this on the fly. Welcome back to the Technical Difficulties Show, where we did hours of pre-work, but none of it mattered. Because Discord, or because OBS finds a way.
It's not a real hot stream unless there's technical difficulties, really.
Yeah. Did you change scenes, by the way?
Yeah, I changed scenes. I just have to.
Oh, okay.
I just have to add Smokey in. I guess somehow you got deleted. Someone might
That's
be.
all good. We'll do it on the
Someone
fly.
might be responsible for that. I don't know who it could be.
It's the gremlins. Always blame the gremlins.
Always the gremlins.
Internet gremlins are a real thing, and anyone who says otherwise is ignorant.
I agree.
It's one of those things like your computer was working fine, all of a sudden it isn't whenever you need it. Same reason why printers can smell fear. It's the gremlins.
Who can smell fear?
Printers. It's a common IT thing. It's just whenever you need something to be printed, the printer's like, nah, I don't feel like it.
Oh
Good
my
luck.
god.
Yeah.
Words cannot have been more true.
Yeah. How's it going over there? Do you have the camera ready?
Yeah, there we go.
All right,
You're
so we're we can start the
good.
interview. All right, Lemon, how's it going?
It's going pretty good.
Yeah, are you scared at all about the teams you're up against?
A little bit. Wanted to dodge. I really wanted to avoid Randy Newman personally.
Oh, my boy's Randy.
Yeah.
How come?
And,
Is it just hard to focus all of them? Because
they are pretty much us, but better. So I don't like that.
fair.
They're Division 3 tentative team name.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I mean, you guys were like, what was your map score?
We
it
went
was high.
8-0. We dropped like 3 maps, I think.
Yeah, and they were all in the beginning of the season.
Yes.
Yeah. So, let's look at this here. All right. So, is this your like first Heroes Lounge experience?
Yeah.
Oh, welcome to the family.
Oh, thank you. We were planning to play in Division S just for fun one time, and this was like back in November of last year or something, and then we missed the deadline, so we signed up for this, and then we forgot about it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So,
I'll ask you.
do you have any concern over Div 4 teams, or are you just looking towards other teams like Rainbow Strike Go and Team Tiny?
Well, Division 4 wise, your math teachers gave us a little bit of a hard time, and they got put into our group. So, not too happy with that.
Yeah, chat
but-
was all over that as well, watching that group get picked.
Yeah, it seemed like they wanted the rematch, which, I mean, I guess we're just gonna have to put them in their place, but...
Oh,
I like
all
it.
right. Yeah, sassy. And so halfway through the season was when you stopped taking 2 1s and just there were 2 O's. Did you guys like change up anything, or was it like?
I think it was more we started playing the game more, as a team together because this is once again our first time playing HOTS competitively in amateur league.
Well, it's really impressive.
Yeah, and we all played a little bit of HOTS before, but never like together. I played with our player Intangible a lot in duo queues, but I've never played with Nards or Takadog or Ninjaro.
Out of curiosity, who on your team has the most games played just in general?
Oh, I think it's probably me. Back when HOTS came out, I played this game quite a bit, so I think I have the most games, but I'm not too sure.
How many games do you have?
I believe it's approaching the 2,000 mark.
Okay, so at least you're in the thousands. Okay. I was going to be really surprised if you're under the 1,000 mark and you're doing this well. But even with only 2,000 games, it's still very impressive.
Yeah.
I won't even say how many games I've played because it's very sad.
Yeah.
Quick question for you on the new season that's coming up. Are you worried about the core changes at all?
We talked about it a little bit. I think it had the biggest effect on Nards as main tank because you want to be poking people out, you want to be creating space for your team.
Yeah.
And as the main tank, you're always going to be in range of those towers.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's a bit rough for him, but I don't think it changes too much.
Do you have a specific map that you're going to try to not pick as much now that the core changes are all unique?
The maps that I felt like were problems to was basically got the core changes that I disliked the most, like Garden of Terror.
Yeah, fair,
So
okay.
I think we just avoid the same maps.
If I can make a prediction, I feel like most teams are going to try and ignore Cursed Hollow because I think it's the strongest core. The negative 75 armor, for anyone that doesn't know, is so impactful.
Wait, the core is 75 armor?
No. So what happens is the core shoots out a curse underneath someone, and it goes off after a second. If they get hit by it, they lose 75 armor.
Holy.
Oh, that's another thing is the tower changes. How are you going to react to the tower changes in game now that they focus people and you can't really dive towers as well? And
Well,
the
as I already
negative
said,
too.
Nards can't really create that much space,
Right,
but
okay.
like it's almost like kind of you have to destroy the towers first now instead of prioritizing heroes. So that's like the main change that we need to make in our minds.
Yeah, fair.
Other than that, I still think we play pretty much normally. I don't think much changes.
I think it's going to be most interesting watching solo lane with these tower changes because I feel like solo lane became a lot easier for both parties. They just sit in your tower and they can't do much. But it's going to be very interesting to watch what happens.
Yeah. So, did you guys do any like studying up in any teams or like researching stats or strategies?
We always researched a little bit, but our strategies are kind of just go with the flow.
Yeah.
We decide on a character that we want to play, and then we kind of backwards build it. So in our most recent game, we decided we wanted main tank Yrel. So we just kind of took that and we're like, all right, what do we want with main tank Yrel? And I was like, okay, as the healer, I would like to play an Uther, grab a little bit more CC.
Yeah.
I would have liked like a Gul'dan with a little bit more upfront damage, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So our strategies. Go ahead.
That team seems like a lot of mitigation going on.
Yeah. So our strategies are kind of built like on the fly. So.
Okay. So.
Yeah.
I mean, if there was anything like you could do to get like a competitive edge, are you gonna like research all the stats and do everything you can to be perhaps more prepared than your opponents?
Yeah, a little bit, but probably less than our opponents.
Okay.
We'll probably look at a couple VODs, maybe scrim a little bit, but I don't think we're gonna go all out.
Well, do you have any shout-outs for your team or as the top of Div 4?
Any shout-outs? Shout-outs to Nyquil Fiend.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For
casting
My
us,
boy,
giving all these
absolutely.
stats. Yeah.
He's the man.
Yeah,
NGS, thanks so much
Nyquil's
for
the
the
best.
raid.
Oh wow, thank you.
Sorry, what was that again? Can you restate? Sorry to cut you off there.
Your
I
shout-outs.
said Nyquil's the best. That's pretty much it.
Fair enough.
Second shout-out, shout-out to Nards for not inting.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
And
think that's it.
Yeah, so we're gonna move on to our next guests, which
Yep, we're gonna move on to Bullet.
would
Alright.
be okay. Yeah.
Have a great day. Stay safe, Lemon.
You too.
Yeah.
Stay Mimi.
I will. Thanks.
So bear with us for 1 second.
All right.
Okay.
While we wait for Seal to join here, for everyone that's just joining us, this is the draw show. We're essentially choosing the teams to go into the qualifying rounds. Thank you again so much for the raid. Seal, are you there? Don't quite. Oh, there we go.
Hello?
I heard him touch his mic. That means that he is alive. We hear
Is that
your mic
working now?
now is working.
All
How's
right,
it
cool.
going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Pretty good. Can't complain. It's been an interesting show so far.
Some
Lots of
delays, some
troubleshooting.
technical difficulties, yes.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Okay. I'm trying to get you guys on the screen.
All right, another technical difficulty. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
I think I
you
got
have to-
it. Yeah, we just need Bullet to.
What do you need me to do?
Oh, yeah.
That's
He's not
right.
going to use his camera.
Yeah.
I have no camera, so that's
Yep.
impossible.
So we're just gonna, leave that black. Shenanigans. Anyway, how are you doing today, Bullet? How you feeling?
Pretty good.
So,
Pretty good.
How do you feel about your placements in the groups?
Pretty happy, especially coming as a free agent team. There were a little bit of hiccups the first couple weeks with people, but I think it came out pretty well.
Yeah. As most people know, we try and assign mentors to our free agent teams, but it seems like you had to pick up a bit of the weight and find your own players, and you said a couple players in particular that really.
Yeah, so at the beginning or whatever the league, I had a couple players on the team that just basically didn't want to be a part of it anymore. So I sent a message out in the whatever that chat is and said hey, I need a player to come play with us. And then Sugar Bear was the one who responded, and I was like, all right, dude, come play with us. And that turned out to be a really, really, really big pickup, just random luck, because I'm new to this game, and he definitely had a lot of experience to teach.
Interesting. Another new
Wow.
player. How many games did you have played in total, excluding AI?
300 something games.
Wow. So this was what I was talking about with Lemon Cake. Not sure if you were watching. I'm very surprised that you've made it this far without much of the game knowledge that other players have advantages on you over.
I watch videos. I got into it by watching Caldor streams with the
Oh,
Division
fair,
S
okay.
stuff. I was like, oh shit, there's a pro scene kind of, and then I was like, oh, it's not pro. It's just the amateur thing. It's cool though. I love it. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. Okay, so you're enjoying your time then.
definitely, it's
Fair
way more interesting doing this than queuing up for Storm League.
Yeah,
So-
I totally think organized hots is the way to be, to play.
Yeah, it is.
So because you don't have much experience, are you worried about the upcoming season at all?
I wouldn't say
Or-
worried. It's everything you take it in stride. Do what you can to improve each week, and kind of see, hey, what am I doing wrong that I can make better, and start with that.
Yeah, because you play main tank for your team, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. So are you worried about the towers making it very hard for you to do your job?
Nah, you just don't fight under towers like that.
Fair. All right. that's the way to do it. Not wrong.
So,
Pay attention if you're getting attacked and stuff, and just back off.
So, since you're new to this, so you're the captain of your team,
Yes.
and you're new to the game, and it's a free agent team. So, did you experience any difficulty with scheduling and learning how to do that and?
Scheduling wise, not really. It seemed pretty easy just to go on the match thing and just say, hey, like what I would do whenever a match would come up is I would just go and say I would just pick a day, and then I'd message one of the other team captains, be like, does this work for you? And that was fine.
Yeah, so it pretty much went smooth for you.
Yeah, And if anybody, like, I didn't care who it was, but if anybody had to reschedule during the time, like, everyone's pretty open, especially during this coronavirus.
Oh yeah, no kidding. Everyone has free time now.
Yes.
Yeah, that wasn't until late in the season. I'd probably,
Yeah.
probably say it affected round 8 more than anything.
Definitely.
So, do you guys have any like pocket strategies? We discussed this with some other teams. Like, I know my team, we didn't make it to playoffs, but I can reveal
Yeah.
this now that we were saving our Deathwing play for the playoffs. You know, so
Yeah.
Is there anything you guys might have in the bag or are planning? You don't have to reveal it, but
I mean, like, I think the biggest thing is like trying to get like a handle of like the macro of the game. So like, you know, in terms of like working out like with the comps that we have and making sure that our combos are set off, and then just like, I don't know, like there's like fancy stuff you can get into, but like if you get like the basics and handle that down well, you should be able to run like the majority of maps.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think that getting like the actual control of the map is a very big
Controls,
plus.
rotations, like
Yeah.
something I feel like my team does pretty decently. Like for example, on like Dragonshire is that like that I think it's mid rotations.
Mhm.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
4-man rotations, we do pretty decent with that, and then
and
you know, just trying to like
that's difficult
go
and within the Division 4 range, having like a perfect rotation where you get all the XP and you know it's
then you're
impressive.
down looking for ganks,
Yeah.
invading other camps and stuff. So we're trying to get like a handle on all that.
So
Basic stuff for some fancy shit.
So after the season is over, has your team discussed the future for maybe you and Sugar Bear and Fat Lutz?
I definitely think we're gonna be playing again. Most like almost 100%.
Yeah, that's cool. Are you gonna keep the Poseidon name or maybe come up with something creative?
I think Team Bullet Sponge sounds awesome.
How about
Sorry,
Curse
Yeah,
little,
you
Bullet
did really
Sponge?
well, by the way.
What's
I don't know
that?
if I got to mention it during the stats, but you actually soaked the most damage out of almost everyone.
Oh, thank you.
You were in the top 3. It was very impressive, especially now knowing that you didn't exactly have the game knowledge behind you that other people do. It's very impressive.
Yeah, no, I try my best to like to play my position and do it. So
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, did you find any teams that like you're excited to go against, like or any rivalries? I noticed during the round 8 interview, Moonlight Insomnia said they would prefer to go up against you. You know.
yeah, no, Moonlight Insomnia. I think pretty hard wrecked us that second week. I think is when we played them.
Uh-huh.
Do you think if you were to go up against them, you'd win again?
I don't
I
like to
mean-
come out overly confident, but I think it'll be fun.
That's the story of
I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot on that.
I mean, that's the story of a fat team. Is you guys tend to grow at a much more rapid pace.
Oh yeah.
So any chance we see like some of the new Tassadar come out for you guys?
You never know what Fat Lutz has up his hands. You know that Medivh play is the only thing that's happened in Division 4 so far. Losing his mastery stack on one hit. So
Oh,
Was that you guys?
that was ours. We had the
Oh,
Medivh play in
geez.
there. We also
Oh,
had the
man.
first Kerrigan play too, I think, or Kerrigan
Alright.
game.
All of them blend together for me, but that was probably one of my favorite plays. That or math teachers with their terrible bush gank,
Yeah.
or it was Moonlight Insomnia, I think. But yeah,
yeah. I mean,
Moonlight Insomnia definitely had like they wrecked us on a couple of stuff with
Yeah.
their Johanna play was pretty damn good.
oh yeah, absolutely.
That is something I had to mention, that most of Smokey's knowledge of the season came from him making these beautiful clip shows. So, like, shout out to him
It's a
because
lot of work.
it is time grinding work to find the clip, to make it, and it's
To go
been
through all these replays.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Like
You guys did miss one though. We had a pretty sweet bush gank with Murd and with a light bomb that we hopped in on that camp invasion.
So I did have it. I just didn't know which because I didn't want to add too much of one team was my issue. Except for Randy Newman. Though, like they just had so many good clips out there. I was like, I have to.
But yeah,
That's good. At least we're getting recognized for some of those plays.
But if anything, I'm the amateur. He's the pro. Smokey's the
I'm,
pro.
I'm as pro as this amateur league. I'll say that.
So, Smokey, did you add in? You wanted to add in some of the more about Sugar Bear and how and Fat Loots, how they came along?
Are you asking if I want to know more?
No. It seems like someone edited my questions. Never mind.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I see what you're saying now. I mean, we already went over it when it first started. It's very interesting that you guys have such of a close friendship, I guess I would say.
Yeah, and
just built off of an amateur scene.
Just built off of hey, looking for a team, right? Like that's kind of how.
Literally, that's exactly how it was. Just like, hey, looking for a player. Message.
Yeah, and and then you get to know your teammates and personally, and I don't know. I think it's a great experience. Like aside from Storm League, to be in an amateur environment. So any shout outs?
Let's see. Definitely a shout out to my crew back home in California, Jimmy, Billy, and Jeremy. I know they're watching this shit, so what's up, dudes? And then also NyQuil Fiend.
Yes.
Got to get him in there. Party in the USA. He's got our theme up there.
All right. So moving on from this, we're gonna go into the Div 2.
All right.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you. We're wrapping it up for the Epic Cup, but thank you so much, Bullet.
Sounds good. I'll talk to you guys later.
Have a good one.
Bye. We can just stay here, Judo.
Yeah. No, we gotta.
It should work as a 2 call.
Wait, no, I gotta max you out.
Shouldn't you just change the image and it'll work fine?
No, I got it.
Alright.
And now we are ready for small potatoes.
Alright.
There
we go.
So let me.
You already have all the names on screen. Oh boy, this is gonna be good. Shit, chat, get ready. There's 3 small potato teams. Which team wins?
All right. So the top of Division 2 is small potatoes. So let's get the memes in chat for small potatoes because does that insinuate that you're like a vegetable, that you're like brain dead or something like that? Is that the whole potato meme?
Kinda, but like more like you're just not good. I wouldn't say it makes you a vegetable. It's just a bit. It's a step farther, but it's similar, I'd say.
Okay, so with these pools are going to be 2 group pools. So, for instance, small potatoes and bringing heroes of the Stormback are going to be rolled first. So, considering we have D4 dice, we're going to go odd and even.
And while you do that, I'll read off some of the names and some of the cool stats about this. It's very interesting that Small Potatoes actually did not lose a single match, I believe, this season. They have a 100% win rate. Very, very impressive. I believe Bring Heroes of the Dornback also has a very high win rate. I don't know if it's 100%. I think they've lost 1 match. Yeah, they lost 1 match, but they've won every game.
So Small Potatoes is Group A.
All right. Other teams we'll see in this series is Abba Murky Cult, Jailbait, Luxurian Sun, Roll1 Esports, Scorpions, gotta rep your boys, and Better Than Bots, which is a very good team name as well.
So that's gonna put Heroes of the Dorm into Group B.
All right.
And now we have Abba Cult. Like,
Yep, that's
just
true.
the word cult irks me, because I had a friend once, and we're not friends anymore.
Oh, is there more to that about?
Maybe. You think?
We're just gonna leave it there for the sake of it being PG-13.
No, it was just my business partner, like person I put all my faith in, and he was a very talented artist. But anyway, so Abba Cult. Let's see where they go. It's going to be an odd, so that is
Right in the center.
because they rolled a 3.
Yep.
And that would put jailbait, which is a term I do not
I'm
like.
surprised that Heroes Lounge let that name through.
Well,
Very surprised, honestly.
We do, if something comes up, we discuss it, we talk about it, we say what's fair, and I don't remember anybody being that triggered by jailbait.
I don't think anyone was triggered by it. I'm just surprised them as a lounge let it through. I've seen a lot of questionable names not get through, and I'm surprised that one did.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, next we're rolling for Luxorian Sun. Now these guys, who hasn't heard about the legend of Luxorian Sun? Really, like, all right. So they are also going to be in Group A.
Fair. And then Roll One Esports, which is I think that they're an actual team, right?
Roll One.
Yeah, Roll One, I believe, has actually participated in lots of, maybe just the original. They
were.
Season 1.
I believe season 1 team. Yeah,
Yeah.
Then they came back, but I think that they like Roll One actually like is like they're a team throughout. Some teams are just a team for a season, but I think Roll One sticks together.
Yeah, I mean, they actually have it seems like an actual solid name, too, for it. No offense to breaded, baked, boiled, fried stuff,
I like.
I can't remember what chat was saying
I like my
about
bread
that.
boiled, not fried.
No, I'm trying to remember what chat was saying.
I'm sorry, I'm not reading chat. I wish I could
It's
at
all
this
good.
moment.
Chat had a lot of good names for them.
So that puts Roll One here.
Roll 20 Esports is HGC. Oh, that's maybe what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, Roll 20 Esports. They had what's his name? I can't think of the name right now, but
It's all good.
he's a very talented player. And then we have our next Scorpions. So this is Scorpions, and we had some scrims early in the season, and I invited them to rep the Scorpions, and they did. So shout out to them.
So was their name originally Scorpions, and then
No.
they're now part of you, or what was the original name?
The original, they didn't have a name. I think they were just a group of friends. We're gonna have to do that in the interview, and dig deeper into the name.
I mean, Scorpions is a really good name, to be honest. A really good play on words.
I mean, I remember suggesting some names for them and, helping them out with their logo and stuff. So let's see where they roll out. They are going to get even numbers, so they are going to Group B. And that leaves Better Than Bots to go to Group A.
This looks like a well-balanced group, unlike Group D.
Poor Group D.
Everyone in chat was freaking out about when we rolled it. All right, and then we'll be jumping into a interview with Rock Your World, I believe.
Yes.
Yes.
So if anybody wants to screenshot this, or but I'm sure it will all be updated.
It'll be on the VOD.
Yeah. I mean, will
right.
will there be a VOD? Because remember, we cut it for technical issues. So
There's gonna be
two
several VODs. There's gonna be several.
Several. All right.
All
Because I still am dropping some frames. So
Well, it hasn't been lagging that badly. No one's been complaining about it. We haven't been losing viewers.
good.
So,
Good.
We're
All
doing
right.
good. I'll see you over in Rock Your World's chat.
Let's do
That's a
it.
weird phrase. There we go. Is audio working?
Hey, is it hopefully working?
I can hear your audio. Judo, can you speak?
Hello.
Yep, we're good. Is my
Hey,
camera working?
I see your beautiful face.
I do not see Smokies in chat
1
again.
second.
No. Your camera was working. It was working.
Oh, okay. Well, we're good.
Your camera's working. It's just looks like the layout that we had. Wait, I know how to fix this now. Because this has happened several times.
Welcome back, everyone, to your live cropping stream. We're back with round 3 of our tournament. Thank you, Cherry for the lurk. Great name.
Yep. Looks like I'm gonna have to add Smokey in manually again.
All right. Well, while he's on that, how do you feel about the teams you've been selected with?
Hey, it's well done. Here's the Dorm and Jailbait are good friends, Div East, but they have played NGS several seasons. So DBS, Smiley, and the crew are always fun. So it's exciting to see some familiar faces. Glad we dodged a small potato bullet, and we'll get to hopefully figure out how to beat them by the time it comes to
Yeah,
grand
they
finals
kind of
now.
seem invincible, don't they?
Yeah, they stole a bunch of regen folks, so I'm gonna have to poke around and see if maybe anyone from inside the org would be willing to plot their demise or something.
Oh, maybe some revenge, like Crowan
If you ever
did,
need any
did
help,
to
I'm down to
Gale
help.
Forest Esports.
But overall, no, it looks pretty balanced. We played better than bots in the season so far, and ended up doing a 2-1 versus them. They're a good group.
Does their name hold justice? Are they better than bots?
I hope so, because we barely beat them, so it means that I'm
Okay.
barely better than bots too.
Fair. You can go, Judo, if you want.
Yeah. Looks like someone changed my questions a little bit. I shared the edit link. So what role do you play, and what role did you start with?
Oh, cool. Yeah, so I currently play tank for Roll One Esports. It's funny as it sounds, me and my wife both, Waniba, or R1E, Waniba, both signed up to play with a bunch of friends on a hint that, hey, these guys are pretty chill and they want to actually play to win, but they're not so hardcore that you're going to have to gouge your eyes out and commit to 3-hour practice sessions every day. So I was like, oh, okay, like I'll just be a sub. I'm cool with that. And so like the first game that we played together, it's like they had me as like a ranged DPS just because that's the slot they wanted to fill. And yeah, we ended up syncing up really well. So it's like I was following up on Tank's abilities. I was calling out, hey, I'm rotating here. Hey, this person's missing. They're like, dude, we love you and your wife. Why don't you come play? You can. So it's like, but I couldn't commit because I was still, I think I was rating WildStar still back then, if you guys remember that. And
Oh, jeez.
rip WildStar. But but yeah, it was pretty good. And so I ended up just subbing a couple rounds for them. They originally started as the Late Night Fogies and the Fogey League back in Chair League.
Fogey
So if you
League.
have-
Oh, yeah.
What?
Surely. Cool.
that was before my time. I didn't even know about HOTS back then.
So,
but
do you play with your wife then? Is she? on
yeah,
the team?
totally.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's part of the fun is that's actually being able to play together and have that quality time. So
Fair enough.
I highly recommend it find at least something engaging to do with your spouse, whether it be a video game or not.
I mean, you are particularly lucky to have found a companion that enjoys the exact same MOBA that you do. So, what are the chances?
It's challenging because definitely my first love was not MOBAs. I was a first-person shooter person my whole life, and then Dota and Heroes of Newerth came around, and
that was the same with me.
Then I got train wrecked, but I still play Halo and stuff, and so it's good. Just my wife gets motion sick, so I can't do first-person shooters with her anymore. So
fair, okay, that's understandable. What do you think about the new season, by the way? Are you worried about any of the core changes? I've asked everyone else, and everyone seems to be not worried.
So we got to beta test quite a bit with some internal screaming and stuff, and I will say that if you play Braxis, try not to die laughing, because the core mechanic is like the 4th of July fireworks going off.
Yeah,
I noticed that.
Real crazy.
If anything, that's what made us lose. We were pushing in, being like, "Let's try it," and then just pew 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 pew. We're like, "Oh gosh, I'm not gonna just."
Are you guys gonna ban Braxis or choose not to play it?
There's a good chance that Braxis will get banned just because of how
Braxis or
stupid
Cursed
that
was
is.
gonna be like the least pick ones now. I still think that Cursed has the most potential. Someone standing on a Curse and then getting stunned by like an ETC, and it's just game over. You just lose off of that. It's gonna be very interesting to watch.
I just think that as people are starting to learn and starting to do stuff, they'll figure out how to push their limits again. I know the one thing that sucks is that you guys had mentioned, or a couple people in stream had mentioned, that like Anubarak is kind of a joke now since his beetles don't really do anything.
Oh my god!
Same as like with Dazzle and whatnot.
Anubarak's one of my favorite heroes, and me being a bronze 5 permanent, I once at one point climbed to platinum with just Anubarak. But then that was not good. But well, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'm like, I think he still has a spot and he still has a place.
Absolutely, just higher skill cap, like because he's squishy.
Yeah, I really wish that they figure out something to where his beetles work or don't work with the buildings
I just hope
again.
that they change it so that way monsters get focused over heroes. That way, like the Punisher still works. It's crazy to me that the Punisher.
Oh wait, the
doesn't
beetles
take priority.
don't take damage anymore?
That's
if any heroes are there, the beetles are going to be useless.
Yeah.
So kind of like how skeletons, so diving
Big
towers
boomer.
and things are very dangerous.
Poor Anubarak,
That
man.
I will say that made some fun PTR testing. We had a Deathwing fly over the base to like get a kill, and then Tassadar walled him in, and like he just instantly died. You see this huge Deathwing go to death, and it's like, well, we learned our lesson now.
The towers are so insane if you get hit by all 3 of them at once. Oh, they're just so crazy.
Yeah.
So in season 1 we had a lot more teams. So and then you guys, I think you guys finished 17th place. So now that you're in the playoffs, how does it feel? Were you expecting to be in the playoffs this season?
No. So it's one of the things that's fun. You guys had mentioned on stream that Roll One looks like they've been together for a while, and it's true. We've I said since Chair League and Fogey League that people have been hopping in and out. So it's great because we have hypothetically on some nights 12 Roll One players ready to play, and so that's great. But then that's also hard because it's like, well, who wants to play? Like it used to be a scheduling thing. It makes things hard to be consistent. And so I think early on when we were still in Heroes Lounge, we were trying to figure out not only who plays, but also role swaps. Like we've been going through probably, outside of me being tank, I think every other role has been swapped twice since season 1. And it's just something where like people get burnt out and they're like, dude, I want to try something different. And I was like, I don't blame you. Like if you guys remember probably 2 or 3 seasons back, support was dead. Like it was like I'm picking one of these 2 heroes and it's boring as heck. And it's like, and so support players get burnt out. And I'm like, I don't blame you. And then it goes through waves where right now supports are like the coolest thing ever. And it's like, and so it's like, okay, everyone wants to play support and bring 3-4 stuns or bring DPS. So yeah, it's
turn it to a dragon.
Yeah, we definitely ran into that when Jude and I were playing as a team together, where our DPS and our tank wanted to switch off, and then that just makes the whole comp fall apart. Definitely the challenge to overcome.
So yeah, I'd say so. Being able to see now from 17th to 7th or 8th, it was kind of surprising. We kind of started the season off bad. The Luxurian Sun and Bay State and all of them are an awesome group of guys as well. I love seeing them and playing against them. Unfortunately, lost a game we should have won, so it ended up being 2-1. And then Necrofin Murgles, which I think ended up dropping out or stopped doing the season. We played them in NGS a lot, and they ended up beating us 2-0 with us when we were subbing. So like, I didn't think we were gonna make it to playoffs with 1.5 to 3 losses right in the beginning. But it happens.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I mean, if you're on the bottom of the division, it's going to place you with people who are within your range. So it enables you to get those extra games later in the season and maybe get a more favorable turnout than you expected. So, like, how long has your team been together? Like, if you had to put a year on it.
Goodness, how long has Heroes been out? Has it been 10 years now?
5 years.
5 years?
5 years.
So it's probably been 5 years. I know that I haven't been a part of the team till probably at least 3 years, but I know that as soon as the game launched, they were out there.
So was it always roll one?
No, it was originally the Fogey League, because most of the people on our team are legitimately like, old fogies. Like they're like, say it's like everyone was 35 plus that just wanted to play games and wanted to compete, but didn't want to like try hard. Yeah. And so that's kind of where we developed, and eventually we formed 2 different groups, one that could play early, one that could play late. So in Chair League we had the fogies, and then we had the late night fogies. And so, so we ended up playing 2 different teams, and then from there, as Chair League and stuff developed, they became new teams, and some of them moved on and have joined 3 or 4 other teams. Some have just stopped playing HOTS, and so the big group of family is now kind of under a Roll 1 banner. And to your point, it plays off the old Roll 20 group when it used to be Pro, and since they're Pro and we're not, we're Roll 1.
You feel unlucky. And that was my next thing. Do you feel unlucky with the Roll 1s? I don't know. Any D&D? Did you ever play D&D in your life?
Yes. Yeah, we run Dungeons and Dragons on the side. We currently are doing something like every other week. So.
I used to
play.
play
make the best events happen.
I used to play at 3.5. Yeah, I don't know. But
oh man,
what else did I have here prepared for you? Out of all your opponents, which team would you be excited to play against?
So in Group B, I actually would love to play Jailbait, just because Smiley and them are a really strong team, and when they show up, they're really hard to beat. Smiley himself makes it worth watching. If you watch his stream and all that stuff, he makes me laugh. I know maybe he feels frustrated at times, but just his humor and what he does makes me laugh. I'm sad he doesn't stream anymore. But yeah, Smiley. So being able to play them in Group B would be good. From Group A, I'd love to see Luxurian Sun beat the Small Potatoes, and then be able to play them again.
Yeah.
Some valid points. All right. Any shout-outs, team members, or your mom, your wife, kids, anybody?
Totally. So I shout out to my awesome wife, Winiba. I said we get to play games and do stuff together. I don't know if he's been running around, but my 6-year-old Matthias runs around and interrupts stream and does stuff.
We saw him earlier in the rehearsal. There was definitely a little kid running around.
Yeah, he is fun. He likes to play games too. It's part of the family.
You said he's actually got an alright MMR in Battlegrounds.
Yeah, I'm surprised that. Well, I said 3,500. I don't think is anything amazing, but I didn't expect.
But for
his age, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So, and then shout outs to our sponsor, Mr. Osmo. I said it's been he sponsors us through gift boxes and loot boxes, so it's been a pleasure being able to work and play under him.
That's
and
awesome.
then also just shout outs to our whole Roll One community and family. Just because, like I said, having 10 to 12 people, it's always fun
The
to be
old
able to
fogies.
hop on and just jump in and be like, hey, who wants to play? And there's always, it fills up real quick. So
That's
enjoy playing
awesome.
with these guys.
Sounds like you got a good group of players that and you guys have been together. So that's the things that outside of the game that really make the game really good.
Totally.
Moving on, we have our next interview with Ark.
Thank you so much for your time, man.
The Scorpions.
Hey, thank you. Have a good night.
And,
Have a great one.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And train your kid to be a pro gamer.
I'm not sure if Arkloth is AFK or not. We're about to find out. I'll see you in another voice chat.
Okay.
There we go. Hey, how's it going? Hopefully everything is working smoothly, and we don't have a round 4 of edits on the spot.
I think something happened where like your video got messed up.
Just copy and paste it from the other scene. That we don't have to keep on messing around with the cropping.
Okay.
It should
Fair
paste in the
enough.
exact same spot. Anyways, welcome back to Season 5 of Live Edits. We're here with Judo, the master of the unmasterful. So how's it going, Ark? How are you doing today?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, how's it going?
Oh, yeah, it's okay. Good.
Yeah?
Yeah. How's it going with y'all?
Pretty good. It's been an interesting stream.
Yeah, I've heard there were a lot of tech difficulties.
Still going. Are you worried about anyone that's currently in your div that you're up against?
That's a good question. I think we are prepared to face anyone, and we're not underestimating anyone that's in our division at all, or any of our bracket.
Yeah.
But whether we'll actually get there or not, we are gunning for the top.
All right, so let's say tomorrow, if you're willing to divulge this information, you don't have to. Let's say tomorrow you gotta face up against Small Potatoes. How do you beat the unbeatable team?
Play better than them.
Fair, all right. That's a good answer. It's a good answer. Can't argue it. Do you guys have any hidden strats that you're trying to pull out?
Well, we're always practicing to see what we can do and expand our limits and looking at what we can improve on.
Yeah.
That's actually really how we've gotten this far this season. But in terms of, I think, what's going to happen with the playoffs, I think it'll really come down to who figures out the new meta and how people can exploit the tendencies from the old meta, as well as some of the new mechanics, whether it's some of those are bugs or whatever. Whoever figures that out, and in this long chaotic period of not knowing what's right, whoever is able to capitalize on that is gonna do well.
I noticed.
Yeah, so I've asked every other team this. Oh, sorry, Joe. Do you want to go?
I noticed one of your players. He was like telling me of all these little tricks and things that are buggy right now because of the new mechanics. Who was it? It was Chair Glue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he seems really. So you guys, you've an asset in him as a player. Going and
definitely
researching all this stuff.
Yeah, Chair has been really good about doing research. I do a bit of research, but having Chair there is a huge help, and it actually allows us to kind of, like, when Chair first joined us, he wasn't even a full member of the team. He was a sub, and he was doing a lot of research even back then. So, props to him.
Before we move on too far, Ark, do you want to explain who you are to everyone? I don't think we actually did that.
Yeah.
So I am the team captain of Scorpions, and I'm the offlaner.
My man, I love offlaning.
Yeah. Probably the most important thing the team needs that no one wants to do.
All right, I gotta say he's my favorite. Sorry, I'm biased, chat.
I personally love the role, but there's someone on my team who just dominates off lane. So like,
Yeah.
I'm on tank always because
Yeah. I mean, I think currently everyone kind of likes offlaning, or like all the offlane heroes have a lot of viability. You want to play Arthas? Arthas is pretty good offlane. You want to play Artanis? He's got his maps. Like anyone you want to play, offlane is such a wide roster and can
Yeah.
attract a lot of people. So I think offlane is pretty popular right now, which is
Do you think
both
that
nice and
your
not.
role's gonna change with the new changes? I know as an offlaner myself with Malthael, I feel like I can't do anything with offlane now with the new changes.
Yeah, I think my roster will definitely have to change. My
Yeah,
roster
okay,
will
fair.
have to change to adapt to the new meta, and like a lot of the things that used to work before are not going to be as good.
Yeah, Artanis is gonna be
And-
god tier.
I don't know about that. Artanis has the problems Artanis has is still going to be around.
Yeah, fair.
what do you think about ETC off lane?
We had to talk about that earlier. Yep.
I used to think ETC offlane was a good thing before people decided to take ETC offlane. I'm sure there were other people who did it, but like having the survivability, having armor, having being, if you can flank with ETC, your power level just spikes up so much in terms of being able to power slide, being able to just set up for your team, and a mosh pit is probably the best global you can get because you can go anywhere in the map.
You mean stage dive?
Stage dive. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, stage dive. Like,
yeah. I mean, it's kind of a pseudo global because it's only past 10, but past 10, you can go anywhere. You can just
and like currently, and for a while, the meta has really favored freezing lane, and ETC is really good at that. And I think more people should pick up ETC, but the problem is ETC is probably one of the best tanks right now. So playing ETC in the offlane is probably going to be a rare opportunity.
Oh yeah, okay.
Do you,
What second tank would you run with offlane HC?
So in terms of offlane ETC, I think you'd want a team that wants stuns and things like that, where you want whether it's following up for a combo, or whether you have a Jaina or Kalphas or whoever can do big damage, and just having a second person who can set up the stuns, second person who can follow up and keep the CC going, will work well. I think most tanks work relatively well with ETC just because his kit is so versatile. But one person I could see working well is probably something like Garrosh, whether it's following up on a throw with your power slide, or even flanking and doing a bump to move people into Garrosh range could work. And the speed metal, if you that's one of my favorite talents at 4 in the offlane.
Me too. I like that. I mean, the knockback is good, but speed metal is.
And you can be a Lucio for your team.
Yeah.
With a level 4 talent, and that can really help with like more immobile tanks and people who can't really engage as well.
Yeah, I love the bard talents in ETC. Like, you know, the kind of almost like the auras from Warcraft 3, you know, where you just passively improve everything. But
one thing that I am kind of sad about with the new meta is you can't take ETC's Echo Pedal anymore.
You can?
Or you can, but it's not as effective if you're pushing.
Yeah, because the AoE will hit someone. It's the same thing like Tassadar with his auto attack build.
So before, even in Cursed Hollow with the changes to the globes, ETC could double soak, like after level 7, and if he was just on point on rotating. But if he gives up Echo Pedal, he will have to be stuck on just freezing strategy the whole time. So
yeah,
there's give and
a lot
take.
of builds are gonna be changed.
Yeah, I think especially for a lot of tanks that rely on just incidental damage or having abilities that do incidental damage, will have to adapt. Or I think generally the player base will have to adapt and get to know all the abilities more.
Yeah,
that's fair.
So when I first met you, I was assigned to mentor your Season 3 Division 4 team. What
Yes.
team was that name?
We were Fat Newton.
Newton, yes, that's what it was. And I remember
Oh, that's a good-
the captain that was assigned wasn't really doing his job, and you stepped up into that role. So, how does being a fat team with kind of chaotic things going on to compare to your more prepared approach to this season?
Well, I think I don't know how much more prepared I necessarily was. I was also still like searching for all the players. Everyone I'm playing with right now are people I met playing this season.
Yeah,
so
but
there was still
they weren't assigned from Heroes Lounge, though. You found
no. We did find them, and we had the option to do some tryouts, which was really nice, and we could better see both play styles as well as communication and things like that, which especially helped us with one of our players, ProShock, who has been a phenomenal addition to our team.
Yeah,
and
he's definitely
we were
a
able to,
highlight.
we were able to recruit him through one of our tryouts, so that was really cool. And I think we still have some of the difficulties of a fat team because we are also spread out throughout the states. So we have people playing in different time zones, but it's much easier to schedule things when we discuss about it when we actually recruit our players. So that's been really good compared to the fat team.
Yeah, I remember we started scrimming our teams, and we were about even. But you got placed in Div 2, we got placed in Div 4, and you guys had to make some severe adjustments and really grind it out. And you did. And it was really, I was impressed of your team, like, in comparison to what my team was doing. You guys were watching reviews and doing all sorts of stuff, and it was inspiring. So, after the first half of the season, did you expect to make playoffs?
So I think it's kind of like a long story. As you said, when we first started, we were kind of so last season, my team composition in Fat Newton was, in terms of ranking, very similar to our comp right now. So we had a few golds, a couple of plats, and
sounds like a golden team.
And we were expecting to more so be in like Div 3 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And when we ended up at Div 2 and facing some of our first couple of matches, we just got wiped on the floor with, and it was really tough. And at that point, I don't know if we had as much of a hope to get to the point where we are in the playoffs or doing all that well. But we also took it as it's an opportunity for us to grow. As you said, we had to adapt and get better at a much rapid rate, much higher rate than where we would have been if we were Div 3.
Yeah,
I think it kind of lit a fire under us, and we had a lot of growing pains. We had a lot of trouble with communication. We had trouble with just doing some basic, doing the things that we normally do in Stone League that just does not work against highly coordinated teams and teams who have players who are in Diamond, players who are even some people who might be in Masters. So that's been...
Div 2 is Masters can be placed in Div 2. Oh, there's Starla.
Yeah. There was one game I played, I think, against a Masters Thrall, and that was the first time I felt so useless in the whole, almost my whole entire career of playing. Yeah.
Oh man, Thrall's a tough one. It's in the hands of a master or grandmaster player.
Especially with Thrall's new builds from a month ago, insane.
Yeah, I had a lot of, I think that was when I was like, okay, there is a whole lot I need to improve if I want to survive in this division.
Was there any particular moment that lit that fire that you said you had sparked?
I think part of it was... So there were a few, I think, big moments. After our first couple of big losses, after, one thing I learned from our my last season was the team motivation and team morale really mattered. So after our first few losses, I kind of looked into seeing how we can rebuild that morale, and we had a big team meeting. We discussed the things we could work on, discussed about our strengths, our weaknesses, and what we wanted to see from each other. And it was a slow and kind of painful process at times, but it really helped solidify the direction we wanted to go with our team. And we kind of were able to reframe the fact that even if we aren't going to do well, even if we are doing badly, this is our opportunity to get better. And this is, we are going to be the underdog, and we are going to have to work hard. And that's what we took up on. I think that was a big turning point. And after that, I think we had a game. I don't remember against who it was, but it was a Volskaya game, and we did end up losing it. But that was a game where we really pulled together as a team and like kind of worked on our rotations. We made our calls well. We communicated our stuns and CCs, and it worked out really well. And at the end, we fucked up and did not listen to our shot caller saying, "Don't go core. We don't have enough damage." But that was kind of the moment where, for me, and I think for some of our other teammates, who really felt like we were improving and we were on the right path to get there.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, with the whole team on such like a rapid improvement, like I said, like we were scrimming on a Div 4 level when we first met. Would you say that there's one player who maybe carried more weight than the others, or just really like popped off, or?
Now this is where you say, as the offlaner, it's me.
I don't think that's necessarily the case. But offlaner is important. They'll keep you keep your team in game the whole game. But like for our whole team, our roster has changed since the beginning. One of our players left. Other player ended up moving back to Europe and couldn't play anymore. So, like where we are now, we have had the contribution of everyone. We've had Mondo, who came in mid-season, and he really carried his weight. He worked really well with the rest of our team, even without really working without having the background of the previous discussions and things like that. And his ability to kind of control engagement has been really good, and that's something I really appreciate. Like Triss, who was our healer, could flip the flow of the battle in an instant and make game-saving plays. And
Oh
it
my
was
God, is Whitemane like?
yeah.
I actually had the opportunity to meet Triss in real life. I was in the city and we hung out. He's a really good guy, and I was surprised. Like I was like, so what do you do for a living? He's like, I'm a neuroscientist. I'm like, okay, wow, you're really smart. No wonder why you like wiped the floor with us in Whitemane. Anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah, shout out to Triss.
Yeah, and like Texan, he has incredibly flexible hero pool, and like he is really focused and can get kills, and he also makes like good rotational calls, and he can initiate really well. So like again, every player in our team has been contributing a lot and has been doing quite a bit for us. And ProShock, like he's really stepped up on his shot calls, and we can like always count on him, especially in tough games, to know what to do, and we can really trust him on that. And more so, what I've been observing is I can always count on him to follow up on any CC I'm throwing out. So he's
so
really
it's that I can't think of the word, synergy.
Jeez.
It's the team synergy
Yeah.
that's developed.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think ultimately, in terms of I guess who the MVP or the most important contribution so far, I would say it's really tough, but I would have to give it to Chair Glue, because like as you kind of said earlier, he is a dedicated researcher and does knows a lot about the game, wants to improve constantly, and he came in as a sub, and now is a important core member of our team, and he has been like filling whatever we need. He's been very adaptable, and now in his role, he makes insane plays, and we can always look to him to have an impact in a game, unless we're all fucking up and blowing out anyway. So I would say, in terms of everyone has done really well, and we couldn't get here without everyone. But I think Chair's flexibility and his research and contribution team is probably the most MVP.
All right.
Fair enough. Do you have any shoutouts you want to give to wrap this up?
Yeah. Clearly, shoutouts to all my teammates. We couldn't be here without all your hard work. Shoutouts to Scorpius, Judo's team. Thank you for scrimming with us and giving us a lot of feedback. And shout out to Zloth in particular, because he's taught me how to play Chen, and he's a phenomenal Chen player.
Yeah.
In terms of, finally, all of our scrim partners and subs who have helped us grow and help fill in, and all the Heroes Lounge mods like Judo and Zayt. But yeah, thank you.
And also shout out to NyQuil for all the replay.
yeah, we have to shout out NyQuil like every single time.
He deserves it for all the work that he's doing.
Yeah. Oh well, and Smokey and Fox.
NyQuil's done more than me at this point. He's dedicated. Dude, this is months of work for him.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you so much for your time.
Yep, you as well. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Yeah, good luck to all of the other teams in the divisions.
All right, on to doing the Div 1 roles now.
Yep. All right, let's transition into here. And it looks like I have to do another crop again. But I can do that, and that's not right.
Wait, you just full screen me. Wait, have you not had me full screen this entire time?
Now I can full screen you.
Yeah, it should work. Is that what you've been running into issues? I knew that we had this set up. Oh my god, Judo. I should have. Anyways, moving on.
No, I have you on full. I had you on full screen for
Don't
the.
worry, it's all good.
Wait,
It's all
wait,
good.
no. This is it. This is it. This is it.
Jesus.
Oh my god. I just deleted everything.
What do you mean everything? What? What do you mean you deleted everything?
I thought I clicked on you.
What do you... Oh my god, I'm gonna watch this unfold in real time.
Oh no, never mind. We're good.
Thank God.
We're good. I'm looking at my screen and I'm not looking at what's live. What's live is perfect. Good. I messed up an old scheme that we don't need.
Okay. Okay. Moving
You're
on.
good. You're good.
Welcome back to round number 7 of the Judo Candidates Live. In this corner, the master of none.
All right, let's roll these groups, shall we, Smokey?
Yeah, absolutely. And after this, we have one more interview, and then we will be doing an after party over on my channel if anyone wants to join.
Anybody wants
some,
to?
Mimi ARAMs.
You doing ARAMs?
Yep, Mimi ARAMs.
Silver City?
Maybe 10-mans if there's enough. Yeah, if we have enough people that want to do it, 10-man, absolutely.
I'll be playing. All right, so the first. Oh wait, I do not have.
While Judo figures this out, I just want to point out that my dog is asleep on my arms. Just pointing that out, you know.
I just need to confirm that this is the right standings here that I have.
I can read them off here. We Take These has a 100% win rate, but they have lost one map. You have no Igmatics, Choking Hazards, Third Eye, MVP Yellow, Regen Retro, Interns Anonymous, and Team Happy Cloud.
Yeah, so MVP Yellow couldn't make it, and I believe they were replaced by Montreal Style Bagels.
Oh, thank God. The Montreal Style Bagels. I love their team name.
Yeah.
There's so
All
many
right.
good team names. I'm just like, I read them when doing the replays. I'm like, good team name. Good choice. Well done to them for making it to the finals.
All right, so the first ones is the first pool is we take these and no Igmatics. So
Are they big boiled or fried? Yes, they are, Yoshi.
are they baked, boiled, or fried? No, they're
This is
skewered
yes.
over a hot flame.
The answer is yes.
Smokey also has a cooking channel, by the way, and I dare him to boil bread.
You know, I'm actually down to try it, but I don't think it'd be good.
Anyway, all right. So rolling for odd or even for the groups. We take these.
So out of these teams, while you're rolling Judo, who do you think
That's the one.
has the highest chance of winning?
I haven't studied Div 1 too much. I know Montreal style bagels. They did have the. They had 9th place, but they do have a lot of playoff experience. You know?
Currently looking at the statistics, it's surprising. We Take These has 16 map wins with a map score of 14, and the closest map score to them is no Igmatics at 8, which is almost half. So they're like very heavily in the lead.
Yeah. All right.
And they're against each other too. Very interesting. First versus second.
Next coming up is Choking Hazards. Where did my dice go? Here we go. That was a nice roll, and that is an even. So that is going to go into Group B.
Yes, Otter. We're rolling for Otter or even.
That would place Third Eye in Group A. All right. Now, 4 more teams left, guys. We have Inters Anonymous. I hope that they can, prevent themselves from inting, and stay on the right path.
Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Oh Jesus, I was like, interns. What a weird name.
Inters.
I completely misread it.
So here we go. They are going to be in Group B. And that will put Team Happy Cloud in Group A. Lastly, we have Regen
Retro versus Montreal Style Bagels. I'm rooting for the bagels, to be honest, because I'm Canadian. I gotta. World-renowned bagels.
Well, I mean, it depends who you're rooting for, where they're going. So, we have the bagels. Oh, no, we're rolling for Regen, and then we get an even. So they are going to be with no Igmatics, and
Montreal Style Bagels must be so excited to be playing the playoffs.
yeah, I mean that's nothing better than like being 9th place and be like, hey, by the way, I know you tried so hard over 8 seasons and failed, but you want another shot? Oh wait,
this is their game. They are the true underdogs. And with that, we are jumping into our last interview with Mason Blaze.
Hold on, let me just fix this graphic because that is not they are supposed to be over here. And Regen Retro is here. And that, my friend, is your group stage for Division 1.
Well, let's go jump into the interview. Hopefully, Mason has a chance to look at this. And I hope that these games for Div 1 are going to be interesting. They're going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably going to have some great casters, I hope. So let's hop into an interview with Mason Blaze. Look at that. Look at that. Smokey's Smokey's video was good.
Wow, it's crazy.
It's like we were prepared for this. Mason, how you doing, buddy?
Doing great. How you guys doing?
Thanks for sticking around for the end of the draw show.
Yeah, of course.
So save the best for last.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you want to explain to chat who you are?
Sure. So I'm the captain for Division 1 team. We take these. I'm our support player. Yeah.
Who is your shot caller? Are you the shot caller with the support, or is it some sort of DPS?
It's generally me, Tremor, and Infred are probably the main ones who are shot calling. Mainly me, I'd say, though.
Fair, okay.
So, what's it like to be on top? I mean, you guys had a nearly perfect season, but you only lost 2 matches. I mean, it's really impressive.
Well, it always feels good.
Like.
Oh yeah, it definitely feels good to be on top, especially when you get to the point where you're pretty much 100% making playoffs. It allows you to have a little bit more fun, a little more relaxed season, try out some different strategies, have a little bit more fun overall.
So you are against, I believe, choking hazards and no Big Macs as well. Are you excited to reverse any of them?
Yeah, I think the team I'm most excited to play versus is probably Order Sleeping Dragon. They were a pretty good Division S team last season. They also have like a really good shot caller drafter with Elheim, who played for a pretty good Open Division team back when HCC was a thing.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of familiar with Elheim.
Yeah, so that's probably going to be our toughest match. Definitely the one I'm most excited for.
Fair, understandable. What are your thoughts about the new patch? I've had to ask everyone else so far. Are you scared about them at all or not?
So I actually really do like the core changes. I think they're really fun, different. But for the tower changes, I'm not a big fan. It's a pretty big change to get used to.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in the middle of a season.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember logging in thinking, oh, new patch. Okay, you read the patch notes, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
That kind of came as a surprise. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big change to get used to so quickly.
So, did you guys have to adjust at all after your 2? You won the matches, but there were 2-1s. In order to dominate the rest of the season, did you guys change anything, or you just play it out? Do best?
So at the beginning of this year's launch season, we're definitely a fairly new team. Didn't have a lot of experience playing as 5. I wouldn't say we made any necessarily individual adjustments to how we were playing the game. We just scrimmed a lot more, reviewed some VODs, talked about it, and we basically just grew it, I'd say, at a fairly rapid rate, especially after those 2 matches.
Huh. Okay. And is this your first season as a group, or team, or how?
Yeah, so as this 5, this is our first season playing together, but actually me, Infred, Tremor, and Xenaris all played a few seasons back on a different team called Abusement Park, where we did pretty well.
Oh, I actually remember Abusement Park.
Yeah, I remember
we
you
played
guys.
against you guys, I think.
Really? I don't remember. What team are you on?
What was our team name back then? Do you know?
We were Team Scorpius with a K, I think.
I don't quite remember.
I thought we changed our name. Anyways, the point, it was a long time ago.
Oh, no. Draconis Eternum. That's what it was.
Point is we did very poorly. I think that we came almost last, if I remember correctly. Anyways, moving on. We're great players. We don't need to do anything like that.
Moving on. Is there any story of how you guys came together, or you were just how did it all come about?
So basically, after the last, I played for a Division S team called Broken Alliance, and after the Division S season ended, our team kind of decided to take a break from competitive HOTS. I still wanted to play, so I decided to make a new team. Me, Tremor, and Infred have all been playing the game for years together. So basically, I just asked a couple of my other friends, Zine from Amusement Park and Roger, who I've known for a while as a really good ranged player, and basically just 5 friends coming together, playing some games.
So do you guys plan to stick together as a team in the future?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, definitely. We've been doing really well, so it's been a lot of fun. So I'm really looking forward to continue playing.
Well, I look forward to watching you guys grow and.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna be definitely gonna be watching you guys' team as you play through it. You guys have a very high win rate. Hopefully, you keep true to that.
Hopefully, yeah.
Do any other teams stand out to you as contenders for the finals, like the end finals?
Definitely Order of the Sleeping Dragon. Like I said, we're a fairly good Division S team. Great shot caller, great team overall. Definitely the team that I'm the most scared to face.
I mean, I don't see them here. Are they like running under
Oh
a
god,
different
I don't
name?
know. Okay, I've been calling them Order of the Sleeping Dragon this whole time, but they're actually no enigmatics.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I wasn't
no,
gonna ask. I was just like,
that
I'm
was their
gonna
Div S
assume
team.
everyone else knows.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I
sorry
was
about
gonna. Yeah. Okay. So
No, that was
yeah.
their old team name. Yeah.
So well, I mean, them being in a separate group because you guys were in the same pool. You know, you're not going to be able to pace them until. So that should
Finals.
should be exciting. But you're calling it now. All right.
You better make it there.
Is there anybody on your team that you think is the most valuable player?
I would say for sure Roger. He lives in Peru, so when we're playing on when we playing on Central servers, which is most of our games, he gets like 100 to 200 ping. But then
That's
if we're
insane.
if we're ever for some reason on West, he gets like 400 to 500 ping.
Okay,
Wow.
just so you know, the default is Central, but I'm pretty sure you can request a Western. Like you can.
Yeah.
Like I
Thankfully,
know.
we've never had to play on West.
Okay, well, you probably should have mentioned that for the finals. They could be like,
true.
yeah, we get really bad ping on this server. Can we get that one?
No.
But yeah,
That's
so
a
that's representing not South America, North America, but the southern, where Smokey's way up in Canada.
Very cold here.
It's good that you guys have some players in Latin America.
Is it hard for you guys to schedule matches and whatnot?
No, actually, Roger's the person who's the most available out of everyone.
Interesting.
Wow, out of all of NA, a Southern North American is one of the most MVPs. That's interesting.
No, whenever I ask the team if he can play, Roger's always the instantly one to respond, and then it takes the rest of my team days. I have to do usually everyone.
I know some people. I don't know. Well, it all comes down to how much free time you have to dedicate to the game. But do you have any shout outs you wanna do?
Yeah, sure. Shout out to you guys. Thanks for this fun draw show. Really awesome. Shout out to all of Heroes Lounge. I always look forward to it every single season. Shout out to my team for having a great season, doing really well. Hopefully we can pull it out in the playoffs. And shout out to everyone watching.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, of course. Had a lot of fun.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
So we will transition out of this call here. Or are we just going to stay in this call, Smokey?
We can just stay in this call here, and actually, we have to leave. We have to leave.
Okay.
Is this where my camera dies? Is this where it chooses to fall?
It's okay, because we don't need your camera anymore.
I still like it.
Your camera's not on this scene, though.
Wait, what scene are we on? Thanks for joining screen.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I thought we were going to do our shoutouts first. Can you bring us to the first screen? The one with just our two cameras? Although it doesn't really matter for me, but...
Hold on.
We have a few things to discuss first.
Hold on. Wait. Yes, I can do that.
Come on, camera. There we go, I did it. Oh, crazy stuff. Are we on it?
Yeah, we're on it.
All right.
I'm on it till I own it. Okay.
I would like to do a few shout-outs here. First of all, shout-out to NyQuil for all the amazing data he gave to us. Shout-out to my girlfriend, Fox, for Fox, or fail_beast on Twitter, for doing all these great graphics. Zadie would also like us to mention that signups are live for Season 5. Seeding will be on June 22nd. Round 1 is on the 6th of July. Shout out to Starla, my dog, for being so good. Shout out to Judo for inviting me, for getting this all set up for us as well. Well, all arranged. I did the setup. Let's all be honest. Shout out to Otter as well for helping with all the replays. I went through so many of them. Could not have done it without all the help. If you would like to follow me on my Twitch, you can. It's at Smokey Drago. Down below here. It's down below here.
Hold on.
We're doing an after stream afterwards. So it's twitch.tv/SmokeyDrago. We're doing some ARAM if anyone wants to join us. Have some casual fun or try hard and sweat. It's up to you. I'm unsure of exactly what people would want here. Fantastic chat. Why am I so zoomed in?
I don't know.
Why is this my forehead?
I copied the wrong thing. Never mind.
Okay.
I was trying to copy
fair
that.
enough. And Juno, do you have any shows that you would like to do?
First of all, shout out to Fox for doing these beautiful graphics. And shout out to Starla. I'm always going to give her pets in your stream. Shout out to you, Smokey, because, well, what happened to you? There you go.
It's being weird.
This draw show generally is a two-man operation. In the past, I've just done the tech work and not the hosting. I've done it with Zadie. I've done it with Robin. Shout out Robin Bird. I miss her. The whole team misses her. So we had to fill that void, and so I reached out to Smokey, and he made he made this happen, all the beautiful clips and everything. And he picked up the slack where, I wasn't feeling well for a couple days, and I'm in New York. Things are scary, but, and most of all, shout out to all the viewers. Shout out to everybody in the Heroes Lounge community, every team, everybody every sub, every moderator. It's a wonderful thing that we have going here. Especially
and thank you for the chat for sure, for being so positive and whatnot, especially throughout all of our issues. They were hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is a good community. I love it for what it's got. I mean, especially the betting. The betting's so much fun when you're watching, but that's only when Karis is streaming. So yeah, that's my shout outs. Oh, and shout out my mom.
Of course, can't forget the mom.
Yep.
Anything else you want to shout out?
Well, let me move to the other scene so we can transition. So they have your information. I generally stream Hearthstone Battlegrounds and Arenas, and Smokey feeds.
I generally stream ranked gameplay, thank you very much. Whether that's a Bronze 2 Masters Healer climb, or that's me suffering in Diamond 4 for the rest of my life, playing a 70% win rate Malthael. Just saying. Again, 7,000 games of Malthael. You want to learn Malthael? I got stats for you.
Yeah.
I'm live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. or 9 a.m. PST, although usually I'm 2 hours late, so have fun. Did you say 7K? I sure did. I have a lot of games on Malthael. Yeah. Anyways, thank you all so much for joining. Have a great night. We're being hosted over to my channel right now, and we'll be doing some ARAMs over there.
We'll see you guys in the Nexus.
Drum roll.
Have a good one, everybody.